Written by Matt Fitton and released in April 2018, Sweet Salvation is the last story in the first Ravenous box set, and sees the 11 and the Candyman put their plans into motion. It feels really weird to be forced to say that right now. Helen Sinclair is a more interesting than Liv Chenka, who is starting to feel like a generic, snarky Doctor Who companion. Literally the only mileage we gotten out of Liv is her razor-sharp tongue when it comes to commenting, or lampshading famous Doctor Who stereotypes. Look, I know you love Liv Chenka, Big Finish, but if you can't find something for her to do, let her go. But keep hold of Helen. Her arc with the 11 continues on here, and the story throws yet another obstacle into the mix with her relationship with the Doctor being tested. Both sides have a point. Helen has fought tooth and claw and not succumbed to her environment this last couple of months in the 11's company. But, on the other hand, the Doctor has every right to be suspicious of her given that she has spent 6 months in the 11's company. Heck, the 10 is a master hypnotist. Who knows what he's done to Helen without her knowing? Suffice to say, it will be interesting to see where this conflict takes the two, as the Doctor seemed almost determined to convince Helen to leave the TARDIS. As for the 11, this is by far one of his best outings, playing up his greatest weakness, his other incarnations in his head, and turning that into a strength by introducing us to the 7 who feels like a callback to the 7th Doctor. Please note that 7 doesn't show up in person. He is merely a voice in the 11's head, much like the others. But throughout the Doom Coalition series, we never heard from the 5 or the 7. The 11 and the Candyman make a great pairing, and their styles do suit each other, subtly hinted at in the previous story. Sweet Salvation does provide the Candyman with more depth than I expected, and a really twisted way I do feel sorry for him. Joining the group are 2 criminals who play a more important part in the proceedings than I thought they would, and even more surprisingly, despite being one-off guest stars, I did grow to care for their story. It's hard to care about guest characters when you have the Doctor, Helen the Candyman, and the 11 all battling for the spotlight. That's not a battle I want to be in the middle of. The end of the box set also sets up the Ravenous, a race or collection of somethings. Don't ask. All I could make out was that whatever the Ravenous are, they scare the 11, all of them, and the Doctor talks about them coming from the dark times in Gallifrey's history. From the little we get of the Ravenous, it does look like the 11 will be sticking around for the series. Though, I get the feeling he'll be absent for the next box set. Let's hope I'm wrong. Let me know what you thought of Sweet Salvation, and what you thought of the box set as a whole. Drop a comment or a tweet, and let me know which title you want me to review next. Subscribe to the channel or support me on Patreon. Until next time!